Discover the ultimate competition in the sky. McDonnell's new ideas versus Boeing 747's long history. With the revolutionary technology of McDonnell on one side and the time-tested superiority of the Boeing 747 on the other, a new age of aviation supremacy begins. Get ready for a fight that will change the future of flight and leave one side as the king of the skies. Teams of steel and the night sky. Imagine a wide-body Leviathan, the MD-12, that was designed to be the ideal long-haul carrier and that boasted the ability to transport an incredible 430 passengers in a tri-class configuration. This was the ideal aircraft for long-distance travel. However, if an airline were to have the audacity to dream bigger, a single-class configuration might accommodate an astounding 511 passengers. The MD-12 commanded attention thanks to its enormous 213-foot wingspan and 208-foot fuselage length, both of which contributed to the aircraft's overall size. Its astonishing maximum takeoff, weight of 949,000 pounds, promised to be a juggernaut that was ready to take to the skies. Tests that are as difficult as the skies in the sky, but getting there wasn't a walk in the park for the MD-12 on its way to aviation fame. The fight against the high costs of development, which took place behind the scenes, raised suspicion. Although airline companies expressed interest, converting that enthusiasm into actual purchases proved to be the company's Achilles heel. The panorama of aviation was in a state of upheaval, and the focus had shifted to twin-engine aircraft that boasted both efficiency and economic sensitivity. A chorus of silence, accompanied by a symphony of possibilities. While the MD-12 struggled to determine its future, the industry as a whole was being buffeted by the winds of change. The aviation giant Boeing's purchase of McDonnell Douglas represented a significant turning point in the industry. The curtain fell on the MD-12, but it was not the only thing in the room. The unrelenting hand of economics was the fatal blow to a number of other audacious ventures, which ultimately failed. The once terrifying boom of these conceptions has died down, leaving a void that will be felt throughout the annals of aviation history. The reverberations of things that might have been. The untapped potential of the MD-12 casts a shadow over a world of what-ifs. It is possible that this enormous invention may have caused a stir in the industry, establishing a place for itself among the pioneers of aviation. Would it have been possible for it to beat the clock and take off before its potential competitor, the Airbus A380? The mystery surrounding the MD-12's future is intricately intertwined with the greater story of the development of aviation as a whole. Speculation and doubt dance around each other. In retrospect, the adventurous imagination that powers the aviation industry is best demonstrated by the MD-12, which stands as a tribute to that daring vision. It is symbolic of a time when technological advancement was unrestricted, when the sky was the limit, and when dreams were materialized in the form of metal and wings. Despite the fact that the MD-12 was never able to take off, it continues to serve as a symbol of the indomitable energy that characterizes the field of aviation. This spirit continues to challenge established norms and reimagine the possibilities of flight. When we think of the McDonnell Douglas MD-12, we can't help but be entranced by the potential that was never fully realized. It's like a phoenix that was never given the chance to fly. Nevertheless, it continues to exist, functioning as a jigsaw piece in the tale of aviation's never-ending development. The stories that soar inside the skies are boundless, and so are the stories that soar within them. One such story is that of the MD-12, which is a dream that is suspended in midair and will always be a part of the vast chronicle of flight. The story of the McDonnell Douglas MD-12 serves as a reminder that the history of aviation is a symphony of invention and challenges, of aspirations that are sometimes tantalizingly out of reach. This is a lesson that may be learned from the aircraft's voyage. The unrealized potential of the MD-12 reverberates across history as a shining example of daring and foresight. In the midst of remembering its heritage, let us not forget to cast our sights on the horizon of aviation's future, a future that is ripe with unfathomable opportunities. Do not lose out on this opportunity if you are as interested in the history of aviation as we are. Instead, subscribe to our channel to receive further interesting observations and evaluations.